What's up, high school? High school team. I hope all of you are having a great week. It's pretty chilly out. I'm wearing my coat inside right now because it's even cold inside the building. But man, I love this weather. I love it. And I hope you like crisp, cool mornings also. Just dress warm. It is a little cold out. So, and this whole week's going to be a little cold. So, I just wanted to check in, see how you guys are doing, share a verse with you, and then dive right into announcements and also celebrate. I just want to celebrate this past weekend. As you know, which all of you know, we have been struggling. I would say definitely struggling with our environment. It's just been kind of blah and tough and, so on, so on. And I just wanted to say a thank you, first of all, to all of you that serve in high school and still try to make it the best experience possible. But I also want to give a special thanks to Mark Bash and Kristen Trofe. Thank you guys so much for being part of our environment team. It was, starting out, it was just me, and for me to get an actual team together just for our environment has made a tremendous impact on how we kind of run things for our high school groups. So I can't thank you enough, because I don't know about you guys, but this past weekend was definitely a win. And just our spaces that we utilized was much smoother, much more engaging, and exciting. And as you know, which I know also, is that students need a space to kind of just have fun, to really interact. And we had 6 squares set up in here. Outside we had knockout going on, which was a blast. I really love that, and it really got students excited. And even in our lunch space, the popcorn machine, I mean, thank you, Mark Bash, for donating that once again. But the spaces were just much more engaging. So let's celebrate that. It was awesome. And I hope that you felt the energy a little bit more. I think you did, and I had a few conversations with you guys. But I think it was definitely a lot better, and we're going to continue to get better at this. Like I said, this is all new to us, and just thank you. I just want to thank you for coming along the journey with me as we just figure things out. So thanks for being a great team. Thanks for working together. That's important, is that we're better together. So it's very important that we understand that. So, all right, I'm diving right into this verse. We're in Galatians 5. Chapter 5. I had to think for a second. Wow, that's pretty sad. Chapter 5, verse 13, 14, and 15. Okay, we're going to talk about loving your neighbor as yourself. And so I did a mission trip down in Atlanta, and this was their mission statement. So I think this verse is great. Just a reminder, and I talked a little bit about this last week, but it's just this needs to be constantly our main focus. So here we go. For you are called to freedom, brothers. Only don't use this freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but serve one another through love. For the entire law is fulfilled in one statement: love your neighbor as yourself. But if you bite and devour one another, watch out, or you will be consumed by one another. So, let's break this down a little bit. All you understand that, obviously, we're called to love your neighbor as yourself, but maybe some of you are like, what does that really mean? Does that mean I really have to love that person that's kind of like my enemy? And I would say yes. Yes, you do. And you're called to forgive them. And the reason why, once you claim that you're a Christ follower, you were called right here, for you are called to freedom. You're called to freedom because of your relationship with Jesus. He gives you freedom. And he's saying, don't use this freedom as an opportunity for yourself, for the flesh, but instead use it for purpose and good. Fulfill the law. Fulfill God's promise to serve one another through love. Through love, authentic love. And love, as you know, the Corinthians passage, we use it in our marriage ceremonies, but love is patient, love is kind, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't hold any accounts of wrongs. Now, any account of wrongs, and what's so amazing about that is literally Jesus's love is the same love we're supposed to be sharing with others. And it's hard because I know all of us have enemies out there. All of us have relationships that have caused bitterness. And the last verse tells us exactly what happens to us if we allow that to run our lives. And it says, if you bite back, pretty much, if you bite or devour one another, watch out or you will be consumed by one another. Meaning, you're never going to be fulfilled. You're going to have bitterness, and we're going to fight back and forth with people, and if we allow the bitterness and hate to run our lives, and we're never going to experience true freedom, and we're never going to be happy. And the truth is, if someone does you wrong and you hold a grudge against them, they're still sleeping well at night, but you're the one that's hurting yourself. And I just want to challenge you with that, because in my life, in my experience, at a young age, unfortunately, I've had some tough relationship issues that had caused bitterness in my heart. And man, I just had to let it go. I had to forgive, and I held on to that for so long, and it hindered my relationship with Jesus. Not only the person, but with Jesus, because Jesus calls me to be in freedom, to have freedom. If I call to him in his name, and I believe in Jesus, and I accepted him, I'm called into freedom. But so many times we could still hold on to that bitterness towards people or whatever, and it can hinder our relationship with Jesus, because he doesn't call us to do that, because he does not do that. So I just want to remind all of us that to love your neighbor as yourself is to love people and to just love people is extremely important in our relationship with Jesus. It's probably the number one thing. To first love him and to love others. I mean, it's written throughout the New Testament like crazy. It's everywhere because they really mean it. So I just wanted to share that with you. And to serve people with love, to serve our students with love, even when they might drive you crazy, to serve them with a love, to surround them with love that they may not get at home. And that's why I just love that verse. So I just wanted to share that with you. And a few announcements really quick. First of all, like I said, thanks for this past weekend. It was phenomenal. It was like a 180. Also, coming up October 28th, we are having a little leader get-together over at Suiters 4 to 6. So for us high school leaders, and they're part of the high school ministry, that means right after groups. I know this is going to be a long day. I know. But it's the only day that worked. Right after high school groups at 3, we would carpool or just all drive to follow each other out to Pandora 4 to 6 to do a leader hangout. And I know that's a long day, but that's why I just wanted to tell you ahead of time. I told you last week. Hopefully y'all caught that. But it's going to be a great time. I think this is good for us to get away from students. So that's one thing that's coming up really quick. Also, we have student night coming up December 12th. That's at South Toledo at 7 o'clock. Now, we are carpooling. I need carpoolers, so let me know if you can carpool and help me out. But we're meeting here at 5:30 at the Findlay campus to carpool. We're leaving at 5:45, and we're going to take the students up to South Toledo, the ones that need rides, and then they'll be back by 9. So if you're communicating with parents, please let them know that. And last but not least, Winter Retreat. Winter Retreat is coming up, and we are still yet to get brochures. We're working on that. So just start communicating. Winter Retreat will be at the end of February. And yeah, that's all I got. So, hey, thank you guys so much for everything that you do. And I hope that you have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Later.